Hey everybody, how you guys doing? How is everyone tonight? Oh, I've still got my sunglasses on. Good Lord. You think I just walked in the door? I've been home for a while. We're just gonna let the notifications go out for just a few extra seconds here. What I want to do is be sure that I get a few things out. Hey Dee Dee, how's it going? It's going well. How are you, love? So what I'm going to be talking about tonight, we're going to talk about Saturn direct, going direct today, earlier today. Thank you, Lord. I know a lot of people are saying that. I personally love retrogrades, but whatever, I'm a little strange. At any rate, I really, I wanted to talk about what the significance of that is. Hello, beautiful Kaza. I want to talk about what the significance of that is to us, what we should be thinking about, right? How we should be thinking about how we're going to go forward from here, because this is a very, very long transit. Hello, Daniel. How are you, love? This is a very, very long transit. So let me just get some of the, stuff out of the way, right? Some housekeeping. So you see down below here, that would be my website, heartofinspiration.net. And then over here is my Patreon channel, patreon.com/heartofinspiration. What we're going to be doing from here forward, as I get further and further along being a student of astrology, and am able to really bring the intuitive aspects to that, we're going to be offering a lot of different things. So we're going to do some more new moon and full moon forecasts. That's going to be available on heartofinspiration.net. I'm going to figure out some Patreon levels that you guys can use for your for a monthly, kind of transit thing. And I'm interested in knowing, hey, Miss Virgo, interested in hearing you guys. Let me know, and you can let me know down in the comments below if you're interested in getting natal chart readings and interpretations. And then we figure out, because once I have your natal chart, I can create that natal chart for you now, and then give you some deep insight as to how your particular natal chart, what impact personally these kinds of things have on you. Okay, so all of that's going to be there, and in the coming weeks, we're gonna have a lot more there. So we're really, I'm gonna tell you something. Now that I've been studying the transits, especially the lunar transits, but all the planetary transits in a great detail. It's blowing my mind, and I feel like this is really going to give us a great advantage in not only manifesting the life that we wish to have, but also kind of becoming comfortable with and understanding our shadow side. Like, at some point we have to acknowledge it. Hey, Sagittarius. We have to acknowledge our shadow side, integrate it, and in the healing, right? And because the duality is necessary. So I digress. I apologize. All right, let me get back to the statement at hand. So happy Saturn direct day. Saturn went actually, Saturn isn't even quite direct yet. Saturn goes direct at 10:09 Eastern, 10:09 p.m. Eastern time. So Saturn isn't even direct quite yet, like fully direct. So yeah, there you have it. But it's about to. So this, I think, is even more appropriate now, isn't it? Let's take a peek at a few things. I've got some new toys, y'all. Chat, look, I got drawing tools and everything. Honey, we are big timing it now. All right, let's go to this, and we're going to peek over here. All right, you guys, this is the astrological chart, the aspect chart for when Saturn goes direct at 9:09 p.m. So here we are, and I want to, now I got a new toy, so y'all just going to have to give me a little, okay, there we go. So I want to talk about this right here first. Hey, suke, we can draw. All right. What this is right here, this is the sign for Saturn. This is the glyph for Saturn. All right. This here is the glyph for Pluto. All right. What I need you to see, though, is this. Saturn is now going direct 13 degrees into its home sign of Capricorn. And I'm going to actually, on my other computer, you know, I got NASA happening here sometimes. How long? So we're going to find out how long Saturn takes to go around the sun. This is all part of astronomy. We need to know this. Saturn takes about 30 years, 29 and a half years, okay, to go around the sun. 29 and a half years. So that means that it takes, where's my calculator? Here we go. So according to my calculations, you know, I was a biochemistry major, not a math major, but you know, a little chemistry. You had to learn a little bit of math here. So 29.5 divided by 360 times 30. So Saturn takes quite a long time to get through each sign. I could have just divided that. So 29.5 divided by 12. Saturn takes 2.45 years, 2.46 years to get through each sign. And right now Saturn is, you know, as we can see, let me go over here and grab a different color. As we can see here, it's about 13 degrees through its sign. So it's not even halfway through the sign, and it's now going direct. So it's going to pick up the pace though, because by 2020-ish, you know, it's be further through the sign, and it'll be exiting and heading over to Aquarius pretty soon. But when we see Saturn and Pluto together, that, you know, for us really means foundational transformation. Foundational transformation. I'll get used to this pretty soon, y'all. Meaning that everything that we are founded on, our foundation, right? Our foundations, belief systems, how we manage money, how we handle money, what we believe spiritually, everything foundationally to do with our career, our home, who we are, like the basis of everything. That's a foundational transformation. And plus the fact that we also have the moon's south node here. Okay, because the moon's south node is here, and I want you to notice it is directly opposing. It is in direct opposition to the moon's north node down here in Cancer. What does that mean for us? I'm going to come back on the screen here for a second. What that means for us is this. When I say foundational transformation, y'all, what I'm saying is this. Anything that needs to be changed, anything that needs to be reimagined, anything that needs to be re-examined, it is time for us to do so. When I say it is right on top of conjunct, I mean conjunct as conjunct can be, on the moon's south node, we'll do an astrology, some astrology made easy videos here pretty soon. But when I say that, that means the moon south node, so your particular south node is all of the things that you're comfortable doing. So that's the way you've been repeating some certain cycles in your life. So I'm an Aries north node and a Libra south node. So I tend to I'm very comfortable collaborating. I like calm in relationships. I want everything just chill. I don't want no problems. I'm very balanced and all of that. Not really a lot of speaking up for myself and my needs, wants, and desires. But my north node, that's my south node. That's what typically, until I became aware of it, what I de facto to what I said, that's what I, relegated myself to on a regular basis. That was where I was comfy. Hey, Keza, how you doing, baby? Hello, Raina. Hello, Rio. If I missed anybody, let me know. I'm sorry. I was drawing. But your north node is what you should be doing. Your north node is where you are growing to, the lessons you're supposed to learn, how to do those things and become comfortable doing those things within this lifetime. So for me, it's being more of an Aries and like actually opening up my mouth and saying, this is what I want. And being okay with saying, guess what? This is not suiting my needs, right? So what we have going here, right? We've got the moon's south node in Capricorn. Play it safe, very structured, going back to how we were always taught to do things, because Capricorn can be restrictive. It can be the sign of morality. It can be the sign of, now, good and gosh darn well, you shouldn't walk out that house with that skirt so high up that, we can see your grandchildren. Now, see, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Like Capricorn will tell you that. By the way, that was a freebie. So please do not walk out the house and go somewhere with your skirt or your dress so short that we can see your grandchildren. Okay, let me just put that out there, please, because I saw that happen at work today. I just had to have a side note on that. And I mean, the girl's legs was nice. They were beautiful. However, my point being was, I wanted to snatch her because I'm a Capricorn rising. So my Capricornian and as well as my Cancerian maternal self really wanted to go and say, child, where's the rest of the skirt? Let me go find it at Target and bring it to you and cover up them darn legs, because that's not, I don't need to see your your hoo-ha. I don't need to see that. That's not proper professional attire. See, I said all of that. That's a Capricorn. Hey, Deanna. At work, child. At work. Yes, at work. I work for a Fortune 100 company. Okay? A Fortune 100 insurance company. Child. Anyway, I digress. But that's a Cancer. And also, y'all, I started a new eating plan, a new dietary thing. So, I'm a little... So, that's pretty good. Capricorn's about that structure. Capricorn is also about structure that's going to get you moving in your long-term goals. Capricorn is not about short-term reward. Capricorn is about long-term goals. That's going to be very important. Now, Capricorn conjunct the South Node in this area of long-term goals and how you've handled it. And now it's directly opposite to the North Node, which is trying to say, instead of, let me go back to our little chart. Our little chart here is trying to say, instead of always doing it the same old way. Okay? So here, let's get it in red, because this is something we're supposed to be learning. Here we go. Oops. Don't do it the same. Oh, shoot. Hang on, y'all. Hold on, poo-poo. Oh, shoot. Okay, hang on, guys. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Don't do it the same. We're not supposed to be doing it the same way. Instead, we're supposed to be new way equals spirit led. And I'm going to tell you how I arrived to that. Because you've got the North Node down here in Cancer, right? This is where our North Node is. What are we Cancerians? Oh, here's our North Node. Here she is right here. I don't know why they don't have the South Node up there. But then what are we all about? We're all about feel it, love it, intuition. Whenever I'm giving y'all readings. Hey, Christy. Yeah, y'all right. Just because they make it in your signs don't mean it's made for you. The North Node in Cancer is highlighting a elevated level of intuitive abilities. When I give you all readings or I give you, an intuitive message, you'll hear me say all the time, I feel this, it's like this, because I go through life. It's almost as if, in a sense, my physical eyes, they work, but they don't work. If you understand what I'm saying, because I'm living a spirit-led life. I live my life through the emotional tides of the moon. I live my life with the sensory of the spirit realm, with the third eye, crown chakra, heart chakra, sensory. I just got that feeling that this is how we're supposed to go or what we're supposed to do. So instead of structuring our lives completely with this regimented, religious almost, structure, we're instead supposed to be spirit-led as to how we're looking at things. And why should we do that? Because don't forget, I've got Pluto over here. Because Pluto is saying, look, and it's in retrograde, and we'll talk about retrograde another time. It's in retrograde. Now Saturn is direct, which means we about to have a collision, darlings. We about to have it. They're not really going to collide, but you understand what I'm saying. These energies are now coming closer together. So now do what? Now it's time for you to transform. Now transform. Right? Now. Wonder Twins activate. Now it's, if y'all ever watch the Transformers, they Optimus Prime would call them up, and they'd be like Transformers, unite or whatever, and then they transform. Y'all gotta go back and watch Transformers. Of y'all kids or you all ever seen the Power Rangers, they put all them Zords together and they make one big Megazord. They transform each of their individual Zords and make one big Megazord so they could beat the bad guy. Now, I know some of y'all actually know what the hell I'm talking about. But the rest of y'all go check the things out. Anyway, my point to that is this. It's time for us to transform. Okay, now I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna come back to y'all for a second so y'all can see me, because I know y'all laughing about these Power Rangers and these Transformers. Whatever, my kids, late 20s and 30. Anybody that's raised any children's, or if y'all are that age range, you know the shows I'm talking about. Anyway, it's transformative time. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Saturn has been in retrograde, right? Kind of stationary, kind of chilling in a way for 5 months since April. So it was direct and then it went in retrograde. It gave us a chance. It gave us an opportunity to do some introspection. It gave us an opportunity to say, how am I doing this? What am I doing? What's working? Long-term goal, people. I don't want us to think about this as a short-term gain. This is a long-term goal. How is everything that I'm doing right now playing into the long-term goals that you and Creator have already determined are your life purpose? That's right. We need to be them Transformers, Raina. Let me tell you something. Ooh, that's a good one, Raina. Thank you. Because all of us that are in here and all of y'all that are going to watch this later on, you are actually in disguise. You are transformed beings in disguise. Some of y'all have disguised yourself so well you don't even know who you are yourself. But that's a whole nother subject for another day. My point is this. We're in disguise. We're more than meets the eye. And over these next 6 to 8 months, you better recognize who you are. Because globally, there's going to be a lot of shifts that are happening and a lot of explosiveness that's happening. And I've been saying this for months before I ever got into this astrological aspect of things. I've been saying it for months. Get it together. Because there is going to come a time in the very near future that you are going to have to be able to manifest with the best, that you are going to need to be spirit-led and not scared of hearing from up above, that you are going to have to know what your own spirit's voice sounds like. In order for you to fully realize, and what I mean by realize is bring into the third dimensional realm your divine purpose. And let me tell you something else. There's a whole lot of low vibrational people right now that's not going to believe it ever. Hello, Sassy. You have a wonderful day, love. Hey, Tawanda. There's a lot of people that's not going to believe it. There's a lot of people that are potentially going to ridicule us to an extent, but then there's going to be many more, and most of you all are in that 24 to 35 range, that millennial range. Y'all millennials are on point. So anyway, I'm digressing. We're being asked to transform. These last 5 months, from April until now, we were supposed to have been looking and figuring out what no longer served us. Okay? What no longer served us. And we got to be willing to release it. Let's go back to our chart. We have to be willing to release it because Pluto pretty much is a very insistent water sign. Once Pluto gets its idea in its head that this is what's got to go and it's got to transform, it's stuck. It ain't doing nothing else but transforming. You have no choice in the matter. And Saturn doesn't ask. Saturn tells and teaches, and Saturn brings a lot of times the lesson in a rather harsh way. However, it's really not harsh because we've been basically being led all this time. Hey, boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo. Hey. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Give it up. And now Saturn's like, look, I done gave you 5 months to purge. Now we got to do it. And it's going to go easier, y'all, if you just let it go. Okay? What's not helping you to evolve, you should not be involved in. Now, how the heck are we? Oh, let me tell you something else what's going on here. You have Jupiter in Sag. It's It'll be coming out of retrograde soon. No, it's direct already. So Jupiter now is also direct, and Jupiter's heading its way over to Sagittarius. Jupiter does not like, Capricorn. Jupiter does not like being in Capricorn. Jupiter is big, expansive, and Capricorn is restrictive. You know, Capricorn's like, look, homie, look, you're going to have to chill out. You're going to take them shoes off when you get into my house. You know, I got a structure. No, you can't be going in the refrigerator all times of the night getting ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So it's a restrictive, it's structured, but not for your detriment, for your benefit. So yes, has this Saturn energy been rough? Yes, because guess what? Saturn is just like, look, you know, you done had a whole lot of time to think about this and whatever, and I've been trying to be nice. I've chilled out for 5 months, giving you all sorts of fantastic energy, fantastic ability to see. All this time, it has been, let me go over here. All this time, it has been, it's been sextiling. It's been sextiling or in agreement with Neptune for a while. And it will be in agreement with Neptune for a very long time because Neptune is an ultra slow moving planet. Neptune right now is in retrograde in its home of Pisces. So basically, all your dreams, all these inner, very deep, very personal dreams, you may be having some doubts about them, right? But for the longest time here, Saturn has been saying, look, sweetie, we can get a structure around it. And now you've got Pluto up in here, and Pluto's been there for a hot second, but you got Pluto up in this piece saying, oh yeah, we could get this done. Let's do the darn thing. Let's do it. Now I see some comments in here talking about keeping restricting that transformation. You keep restricting it if you wanna. It's so much harder to fight it than just go with the flow. If you've done things a certain way all your life and it gets good to a point and then all of a sudden it goes to heck in a handbasket, that's one of those things that we got to change. Okay. Now, I'm also going to say this before I get into any further into this. Know where Saturn placement is in your natal chart. Hey, Mary. Oh, very good. That's one. See, that's perfect. Mary says that she just realized this week that her anxiety was directly associated with trying new things and taking on new responsibility at work. And instead of being anxious, I'm excited and relieved. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Feel about it in a different way. Because see, a Cancerian, we're a Cardinal sign, but both of them are Cardinal sign. But, you know, we're like, ooh, new thing. Let's do it. Right? So, sextile is sextiling. Sorry, I had a kitty. It's sextiling. Neptune is sextiling. Now it's both sextiling both Pluto and Saturn. So basically, we have the opportunity to transform our dreams into reality because now Saturn is direct. So now Saturn is saying, we're going to pick up all our stuff, pick up all our Legos, pick up all our building blocks, pick up all them sticks, and we finna go build something, y'all. We finna build it new. Okay? We finna build it brand new. Let's do the darn thing. Now, and over here, we have Jupiter is, we're going to make it like a square. It's squaring Neptune. So there's a little fight there because it's like, okay, not really fight. It's more like, can we take some action? Take action. I'll get better with my pen, y'all. Jupiter is like, can we please take some action? Now, we've been chilling out here. Neptune, you've been over there in Pisces for forever, dreaming away, dreaming, and I'm all about the dream too. But God dang, can we get it going, please? Get it moving before I get my behind over there in restrictive Capricorn. Basically, it's before my mama call me in the house. That's really what Jupiter is saying. Y'all, can we get this mess going before mama call me in the house? Because then I got to be asleep for a whole nother year. Okay? Anyway. I know y'all like that. Anyway, so let's talk about other things that are happening in with Saturn here. We still have Chiron over here in Aries, which means, we're still dealing with some ego stuff. You may be getting a little more sensitive than normal. That's potentially, but we're still dealing with some ego stuff, dealing with some root causes of some stuff back from childhood. Down here, this is interesting. So we still have Uranus in Taurus. So you're seeing a lot of, while all of this stuff is going on up here, we've got this happening down here. So there's actually a disruption, upset, changes, major changes to money, right? Money. You really need to be rethinking how you do investments, rethink how you do your budget. This is a good time to think about changing a career that's going to be sustaining for you, creating a career, creating, being an entrepreneur. Like, this is the time to really create wealth, okay? And sustainable wealth. Today we do also have the moon in Uranus. So this is good because the moon is in Earth energy. So while Saturn's going direct, the moon is now trining Saturn today. So the emotions have really calmed down before the storm. Okay. Hey, Mommy Ritual. Hey, Raina, I hope you feel better, baby. I just saw that. I'm so sorry. So now we've got Cancer and the North Node in direct opposition over here to Pluto and Saturn. So y'all, you're going to feel this push-pull. It's really saying, and the moon and Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's ruled by an illuminary. Y'all, we gotta get comfy with our feelings. Now, I want to call attention to something as well. I want you to see this here. We have what we call a grand trine. We have the moon trining Pluto and Saturn, which is also trining the Sun and Mars in Virgo, and then the moon over here. So both of the illuminaries, both of the sun lights it up during the day, the moon lights up our emotions, the things that we hide at night, and then we've got Mars over here saying, all right, guys, look, it ain't so bad. Let's get moving. We have a lot of get moving energy. Have you noticed that? A ton of get moving energy. A ton of get moving energy in this today. Now, the moon will be in Uranus probably through... It's going to be new in Libra. So, give it another day or so to be in Uranus. It's been in there for a hot second. But we got a lot of get moving energy. So, I'm going to kind of tidy this up, wrap this up in a bow, hopefully, and make it all make sense. I'll take a couple questions, too, if y'all have them. This get moving energy is saying get moving on your dreams, your long-term goals, your long-term plans. If you got to write down what your long-term goals and long-term plans are, write them down. If you need to write down what you think the process is for it, really reflect on the last 5 months. What have you seen that hasn't worked, right? What have you seen that hasn't worked? How come Scorpio is always empty? Oh, I'll answer that in just 1 second, Keza. Um, what have you done? What have you seen that it just hasn't worked, right? Um, what have you noticed? Like, really reflect on the last 5 months. And it's really important for you to reflect on the last 5 months between now and, let's call it, the new moon in Libra, because that is a cardinal air sign, that new moon. And that is a wonderful time to speak out into the universe what we are manifesting. It's a wonderful time to speak out your healing. It's a wonderful time to just speak to balance the scales. So really think about what you've learned in the last 5 months about people, places, things, yourself, what have you. Really think about that, guys. When a planet goes direct, that means the full, especially when it's in its own sign, that means the full force of its energy, of its characteristics it's going. Right? Now it's not kind of debilitated a little bit or taking a nap because it's in retrograde and just kind of hanging back and chilling. It's been hanging back and looking for a hot second, and now it's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Boom. Right? So it's going. It's moving forward. And so that's really the significance of it going direct. So this is the time to put into place long-term plans, long-term goals. This is also the time to be open to potential changes in your long-term plans and your long-term goals. Be open to them evolving into something different. Be open to it. Don't resist it. It's okay. And learn to feel all right about it and feel safe with it. Feeling, oh, that's really good. So Cancer in the North Node opposing this, directly opposing, because Pluto's a little bit kind of further out, but directly opposing Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn with that South Node really says, okay, we got to learn to feel safe with moving forward with our long-term goals. Feel safe about what you've heard and what you know deep down inside are your long-term goals. Feel safe with it. Learn that you can create your own safety or co-create it with God. Right? You're tapping into your spiritual capabilities with Neptune in Pisces, sextiling there. You've got the fire, okay? That's Mars in Virgo right now, and the sun. I mean, that's the sun is the ultimate fire, right? That's the ultimate fire. And you got your other feelings of emotions and intuition sitting over here in the cut in Uranus in this grand trine on how to make money. Feel how you can make money, right? So all of this is working together, but you got to flow with it and be willing to get rid of those things that you do not need. Now, if you do not know, okay, I'm going to close that out. This is the thing. Feel safe about where you are, what you're doing, what your long-term goals are. Feel safe in the fact that you can create it, co-create it with God. Period. Feel safe with it. Make the decision and go for it, and stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Go for it. Do it. All right. Now. Hey, Dawn. Now, if you do, I'm going to refer to something and then I'm going to go on and answer some questions here. Dee Dee, I see your question and I saw your question, Keza. If you do not have your natal chart and you wish to have a natal chart interpretation, so first of all, you could get your natal chart at astro.com, Cafe Astrology, whatever. As long as you know the time of birth and the place of birth, because you already know your date of birth, okay? If you don't know your time of birth, contact the hospital you were born in. There are birth records. And it's going to be on your birth record. For whatever reason, they no longer put it on our birth certificates. I feel it so we won't be able to understand. We won't be able to fully understand our own self, let alone anything else. Now, if you wish for me to interpret that chart for you. I'm going to put that option out on the website very shortly. We'll probably run that special maybe this weekend, and we'll keep it up there. If you want me to start looking at I'm primarily going to be putting that juxtaposition up to your full new moon and your full moon transits as well. And so we're restructuring how we're going to do that. We're going to offer that, and then we'll figure out how to do a monthly, quarterly, and all that. Eventually, I'll do some love charts. Y'all know how I feel about that. But it's important for you to have your natal chart so that you know where your placements are, so that you know where your planet placements are. We're going to be talking more about Astrology 101. I'm going to be explaining to you guys how I learned it, and I'm going to break it down real simple, real easy, okay, for just give you some highlights. But at the end of the day, you got to know. So I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a Capricorn rising. Okay, so Capricorn, my sign, is rising, but I got to find out where my Saturn is, right? So once you know what house or where your Saturn is in your chart, and you can send that to me, and I can, as we talk about these major aspects, I can definitely, give you kind of an overview of that. Then that's the specific area where you need to be looking. That's the specific area that you should be working in, the specific area grander than, there's overall long-term goals, but there's some specificity to some of it as well. So get you guys, I want to tell everybody, I'm going to start putting the link down below. I would really prefer y'all go to astro.com, because then I have a way that I can save those and keep them on file. And let's start getting our natal charts, and then we're going to start working on the rest of it, okay? All right, so if you guys were here watching it, we're done with the teaching portion. I'm going to go on and answer some questions, okay, for those of you watching the replay. Thank you. Okay, Keza asks, how come Scorpio is always empty? Scorpio should just chill. Scorpio, you talking about in the chart that we've had lately, Keza? Scorpio just hasn't really had, I hope that's showing up right. Sorry guys, it's like not participating now. Scorpio just hasn't had anything going on. That's it. Oh, it was showing. Shoot, let me get it. Oh, that's why. There we go. All right. Scorpio here. So for the last long bit of time, sweetie, Scorpio there's nothing transiting in Scorpio right now. That's all. Trust me, your time is coming, because this stellium, this group of planets, personal planets that tend to travel pretty close together. Mercury takes 88 days to get around the sun. Venus takes about 220, 230. So Mercury usually sprints ahead. But the sun moves a lot of times with, they'll be conjunct. I think Mars and the sun will be conjunct for a while. So we'll start seeing some action in the next probably 15 to 20 days, where we're going to see definitely Mercury making its sprint into, because it can't wait for nobody else, child. It's going to get on in there to Scorpio. So then you'll have some action. You'll have some action. Okay. Because the planets move, so there's just times where there's nothing in a sign, and that's fine. Dee Dee says, how can I manifest for me to trust? You cannot manifest for you to trust. What you can do, Dee Dee, that's energy work, that's chakra work, that's spiritual work. We have to find out why you don't trust. And heal it. We got to heal it. You got to do the chakra work. You got to release it. You have to reprogram your brain. You have to reprogram your heart. That's energy work. That's that shadow work, right? Coming to a point where we embrace it, yet we release it. We embrace it. We understand that it's there. We keep what's needed and leave what's not. Hello, Mel. Hey, Susan. Good evening, TJ, Saturn Rising. TJ's channel is Saturn Rising Tarot. Please go and subscribe there. Raina's Bewitching Beauty. Please go subscribe to her as well. For Starbucks tomorrow. Thank you, honey. I can't actually have Starbucks. I don't know. I'm on this new diet thing, child. So I got to figure out what I can have. Yes, you need to take it. You need to heal it. You definitely need to heal it, honey. There's certain things we cannot manifest, right? Because it's healing. It's personal. And I'm not going to say that the manifestation process is just whip bam womb and it's just like, wave a magic freaking wand and then here it is. Because that's not what this is. I mean, there is blood, sweat, and tears that's involved in this. There is, I didn't just get to the point I'm at right now just by happenstance. Like, I've been through some stuff. I think sometimes people, when they hear like, oh, you can have whatever you want. Yeah, you can within reason. I mean, well, not really. But anyway. Yes, you can, but that doesn't mean that I'm saying that you can't, that you're not going to have to go through things in order to get it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, I believe you can have it. Why not? Thanks, sweetheart. But Miss Lisa here wants to lose 80 pounds. What we should be doing, what we should be doing now, thank you. What we should be doing now is looking at our long-term goals, writing our long-term goals down, analyzing what we've done over the last 5 months. Like, what have we seen in regard to our long-term goals? What have we noticed? What have we noticed about our life, about people in general? Like, really analyze it, really look at it. And if there are people, things, whatever that are trying, that it's like, ooh, it seems like they're fading to black. Let them fade. Let them fade. If you know that, like, doing things, like, for instance, if you know that you're working a job and that if you continue to get up at 6:30 every morning, you're gonna be 15 minutes late to work every day, but you really feel like you need that extra 15 minutes of sleep, but your boss looking at you. Well, then maybe it's time for you to switch up and go to bed 15 minutes early so you can get up at 6:15. If you're working a job and you know that all the effort you're putting in is really, you're being used, right? It's not being acknowledged and you're being used, then it's time for you to get your resume together and get out there and get a new job. Actually, in all actuality, October, the end of this month here and into October are the best times to get jobs. The best times to get work is like August, September, and October, specifically September and October, just so you know. So if you want a new job, you got to put your applications in now. Take a look at some things. I had to look at, I mentioned this before, I had to look at, there's some manager roles open at my job. I was going to apply for one of them. However, and I would have been very good at it, but it's, really kind of a supervisor role. They call it a manager. The money would have been good, whatever. But there were some things that I realized maybe this is not for me to do, because every time there's a manager role and I've been at a job for a year, I end up applying for it. And then what happens about 2 to 3 years later, somebody gets pissed off and whatever, like they get like jealous or intimidated or whatever the case is, or somehow I manage to self-sabotage. And then I end up with no job. It doesn't end well. So this time I looked at it and said, well, what is that really serving me? Well, that's serving my need for achievement. I don't want to keep having to validate myself through achievement. Check, done. Then I was like, okay, the hours for this job would probably mean that I would not be able to on a regular basis come and do what I love to do, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'd have to work some weekends, and I'd have to work really late nights. So it would interfere with what is fulfilling me, which is my life purpose. So I had to say, don't do it the same way this time. Do it a different way, and instead trust in your purpose. I mean, I'm not broke by any stretch of the imagination at all. Money circulates to me on a regular basis and in great quantity. So feed your purpose and fulfill your purpose rather than fulfilling my need for achievement. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the things you have to do. You got to analyze where you've been to see where you're going, and then really put some concrete wording down for your long-term goals. Put the pen to paper if you have to. Type it out, whatever it is, but put some thought and effort into it. What does having a North Node in Scorpio mean? Christy, what is your sign? Fourth house. If your fourth house is Scorpio, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you a Leo? I do Saturn rising tarot. I do make money in my sleep, and I'm gonna make more. Now here you go. Money circulates. Money circulates. Y'all wait. So Christy, what your North Node in Scorpio means your South Node should be South Node is Uranus. So your North Node in Scorpio means that you are supposed to be acting more like a Scorpio. You need to study the characteristics of Scorpio, and there's probably going to be some positive characteristics that you don't want to deal with, and then you'll see that you tend to default to acting like someone in Uranus. Okay, so I want you to study the Scorpio characteristics, and then study the Uranus characteristics, or simply look up Scorpio North Node, Uranus South Node. I want you to study that and then see, because our North Node is what we're supposed to be doing. And we feel better when we operate in our North Node. I feel better when I come like to you guys on a live, and I say, guess what, guys? This, and this is no longer serving my needs. I don't feel good when this happens. Just like Tuesday Tarot, I'm not going to continue to do every Tuesday night tarot and have free readings. I'm just not going to do that, because too many people sometimes abuse that situation. So therefore, I'm moving that over to Patreon. So if you want to be a patron for $5 a month, you're going to get the opportunity to participate in Tuesday Tarot. You're also going to get the opportunity to get the readings up. I'm going to be a reading fool this weekend. I'm going to have the readings for October up this weekend on Patreon. We're going to start doing some other astrological videos up there on Patreon before everybody else. And we're having a members only chat this weekend, video chat. So those are the types of things for as little as $5 a month you get on Patreon. And once a month I'll come and I'll do a new subscriber free reading. I felt great because I operated in my Aries North Node and clearly stated this is the thing, this is what's going to work for me. I clearly stated it and set clear boundaries. So see what Christy, that Scorpio, what is being a Scorpio? And I could tell you, but I'd rather you start developing that information. So Dee Dee, you're a Libra sun. Oh, it's coming into Libra time. Aries moon. So see, you react like I do. I'm an Aries moon and an Aries North Node. So my guess is going to be that you're probably going to be an Aries North Node. Libra sun, Aries moon, Leo rising. Wow, that's a very interesting. You got 2 cardinals and a fixed. Whew. Anyway, so that's that. Cancer, North Node, Capricorn, South Node. Ooh, Jesus. You having a time right now, ain't you, girl? You are having a time right now. This is really affecting you in a great way. So wait, is your North Node Capricorn or your North Node Cancer? See, this is all the kind of stuff, y'all. I need y'all charts. This is the kind of stuff I want to get into. Christy, you're a Pisces and you're a Scorpio North Node. Oh. Ooh, Christy. Well, actually, that's a good North Node to have because that's a trine. So Scorpios, rather than, Pisceans, you all are a little dreamy. Scorpios are fixed. They're not immutable water. They're fixed. So you need to learn how to be a little bit more focused, a little less trusting, a little more trusting of your intuition and go with that flow, and a lot more transformative. Hey, Janelle. Okay, y'all, we getting into something else here. Yes, it did. Hallelujah. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Thank you, love. Hey, Janelle Jones. Your North Node is in Leo, but you struggle with it. Yeah, so you don't want a whole lot of attention. Your Uranus, yep, Sun. What is that one? Moon. Oh, Libra moon and Aquarius rising. Ooh, child. And you got a Leo North Node. That's going to be a struggle for you. Although Libras tend to be grand. So your emotions can help you be a little bit more grand. And that Leo child, yeah, but you're going to find that it's uncomfortable to do your North Node at first, but when you get into doing that, ooh, it feels good, child. Aries, Sun, Virgo, Moon, Scorpio rising. Okay, so the iFlyers. In order to find your North Node, guys, go on. You could type in North Node calculator, North and South Node calculator, and you can find it literally in Google. It goes by your years. It goes by when you're born. I know you hated Janelle. I hated coming out and being an Aries. But I have an Aries moon, so that helped. Because I will erupt on your behind in about 10 hot seconds. Hey, Melvin. Cancer in the house. Hey, Melvin, I'm going to tell you something. You about one of the few, you and Saturn Rising Tarot are 2 of the only Cancerian men I really enjoy y'all's energy. Cancerian men that are not high vibrational get on my last earthly nerve, child. I mean, my last earthly nerve. I cannot stand a low vibrational Cancerian man. Whoo, baby. I can't do it. Okay, so I'm going to get your Venus. It's in Gemini. Oh, that just means you like to date around a little bit. That means that you got to be challenged. That means that you have to have, like, you cannot be stick in the mud, which is so interesting because you're a Taurus, right? So Janelle, you're a Taurus sun. So here it is. You want the sanctity of the home and the security and all that, but you got it. You like a little variety, a little spice, child, a little spice. So your Saturn is in Virgo, Tawanda. So that means you are supposed to be making long-term plans for health, right? All earthly type things. So, or earth energy, home energy. And which house is it in, though? Well, and I'm well, Melvin, just because you're a man of God does not mean that you're high vibrational. Let me tell you, because it's not that I don't believe in God. I do. I'm an ordained minister twice over. I've prophetess in the church, all that. I do not subscribe to Christianity as a religion anymore. And we'll talk about that another time. But there are plenty of men of God that ain't nothing. That ain't worth a quarter. No, you cannot do mundane, Janelle. You cannot. It's got to be exciting, child. Y'all got me talking tonight. Okay, listen. Child, look. And I used to be one of them, so I'm not mad. Hey, I am loose. Gemini. Gemini, Cancer. What does that mean, baby? Are you a Gemini or Cancer? Or are you on the cusp? What's going on? You dream too much, so not trusting of my intuition. Yeah, okay. Okay, see, that's good. Now you know what you need to work on. Listen, Christy, this is good because now what you need to do is feel safer with what you're getting, right? So this is where your meditation comes into play. This is where the meditation and the prayer of asking for clarity of the dream, asking for confirmation of the dream, and learning to trust, right? Fine tuning, bringing in focus your crown chakra and focus your third eye and focus your throat and your heart chakra. Get these in focus and strengthen your roots, Christy. You got to strengthen your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra. Strengthen your roots because if you have no foundation, you have no strength to draw on. No, I mean, what does the Gemini slash Cancer mean? Is he a Gemini Cancer? Or is he is he on the Gemini cusp? Or let me tell you something. When I was up in church in them early years, child, me and the pastor's daughters, and I was all up in the choir and the pastor's daughters and stuff. We be down at the bar dancing on the table Saturday night, put on our robes on Sunday morning, and step up in that choir, child. You're a cusp. What's your birthday? I am loose. What's your birthday? Melvin, I love you. I'm just saying I love your energy. And I'm just saying that not all people that say they're men of God and could very well be are truly, you know what I'm saying, high vibrational. I bet that is. Mm. Hold on, let me get that 12th house information up. Bear with me. So the 12th house, oh, that's spirituality. Hold on. So the 12 houses correspond to the 12 signs. So we're looking at Pisces is all about spirituality, the subconscious. Um, there we go. That was what I was looking for. The 12th house is all about endings, closures, healing, spirituality, solitude, karma, old age, afterlife, what's hidden, limiting beliefs, and the subconscious. You know, I put something down here about limiting beliefs. You need to work on your Saturn is trying to tell you you need to change, release the limiting beliefs that keep you from getting further spiritually. June 21st, well, you are technically a Cancer then, because the summer solstice is June 21st. You are a Cancer. That's the 12th house. The 12th is Pisces, yes. So the houses, y'all, we getting into some I really had no intention of. Yeah, you guys are cuspers, but I would say that if you're on the Cancerian side, you're a Cancer first before you're anything else. So yes, the 12th house is Pisces. However, we have to look at all of the things that Pisceans are very concerned about. And we have to look at the characteristics of Pisceans, positive and, if you would, negative, light and shadow, to see what that 12th house rules. So if you've got a Saturn placement in your 12th house, that means the structure around spirituality, subconscious, healing, all of that, there's structure around that. So you might find it a lot more difficult to loosen up your structure around closure. You might find yourself wanting to be alone a lot. You might have to have some definite, like you might really be seeking some uber definitions about things like the afterlife. And I will tell you, you are probably more prone to limiting beliefs, especially because you have a restrictive Saturn in that house. So that's something you really need to pay attention to. Really need to pay attention to. Okay, y'all. Ooh, we got into a good little discussion here. I'll tell you what, we will get back into this discussion. If we want, I cannot do it tomorrow though. But let's get into this discussion a little bit deeper. We'll start doing some astrology 101. I do on Friday want to talk about the autumn equinox, which happens on Friday. I want to talk about the significance of the fall or the autumn equinox that happens on Friday. And then come Monday, we'll be talking about the new moon, because we have a new moon on the 28th. So we may actually talk about the new moon too this weekend. So we're going to get into a lot of these things. And so if we want to do some astrological conversations, let's do that. My Patreon folks that are on here, do you guys want to get deep into some astrology stuff on Patreon this weekend? On our Zoom live chat? Yeah, and that's why I want to offer these opportunities, Dee Dee, for you guys. Let's get your charts. Let me do interpretation about your chart. Let me get you deeper off into it. We'll get that stuff up this weekend for a chart reading, okay? I'm thinking about Saturday or Sunday. You guys tell me. You guys, I'm so glad all y'all were here. This was fun. This was a really good time. Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to put a poll up. Not tonight, but tomorrow morning. I'll put a poll up and y'all vote. Yeah, the Virgo perfectionism. Okay. Yeah, you go lay down, baby girl. Get you some Vicks, child. Put that Vicks vapor rub everywhere, honey. That Vicks vapor rub. Whoo, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yeah. And Raina, take a bath in some Epsom salts for about 15 minutes. Soak that out of you. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me get on out of here. Oh, your birthday is Sunday. Oh. Okay, guys. Well, I'll put that up. Okay. I'll put the poll up on Patreon. I'll make it public, and then whoever wants to join, then we can get on that. But we're gonna start talking about a lot more of this stuff. Okay. Um, we're gonna start talking about a lot more of this. All right. I'm gonna get on out here. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity, guys. Thanks so much. Happy Saturn Direct. Make those long-term plans. Give me some comments down below about some of your long-term goals so we can work on manifesting them together, okay? All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Love ya. Bye.